Hey guys, Steve here. We are in the high Uintas again this time. We are at Ruth Lake, at least the trailhead, which is only 3/4 of a mile into Ruth Lake, but we're not actually going to camp at Ruth Lake. We're going to hike past that to Naomi Lake. At least that's the plan. With me is Murphy. Say hi, Murphy. Hi. And we're going to backpack this time. We've got our packs back here. His and hers, just kidding. And our fishing poles all ready to go. We probably have more gear than we need for an overnighter, but we're mostly in this to test out what we need and don't need in the future, and also this is the first time using a lot of this equipment that we have, so should be fun. I guess we'll get the packs out and have a snack and get moving. It's 4:15 in the afternoon. Took us about 2 hours, almost 2 hours exactly, to get up here from our home in South Ogden, and shouldn't take us long to hike in and get set up. There's quite a few cars here right now, but this is a popular day hike. Beyond Ruth Lake there are several lakes, and it's more of a backpacking territory after Ruth Lake. So anyway, that's about it. We'll talk to you in a minute. So this is the incredible scenery we're looking at right off the highway. That is Hayden Peak. Not the highest peak in Utah, but definitely a steep one. The highest peak is Kings Peak, and I mentioned in another video, Murphy and I plan to climb that one in the future and get a little more experience behind our back. Right now we are out of the car with our gear. The trailhead is right over there, over the top of those cars. So let's get started. This is a fee area. We already paid our fee. Look, they're so happy. I love you, Joe. I love you too, Diana. Let's go be alone in the woods. Killer bunny, run away. Anyway. Coming, dude. What does that say? I didn't read that. Oh, alright. So we're about 50 miles in. We've been hiking for 30 hours. Just kidding. We're not even that far in. We just thought we'd check out this rock platform. Look at that meadow. Just beautiful up here. You have to hike in to find this stuff. Right, Murphy?
Yeah.
Having a little problem already, technical difficulty. My kids have chewed on the end of my water tube a lot, and it's, I don't know if you can tell, but every step I take it's dripping. Not a big deal, kind of a first world problem, but kind of annoying to have it dripping on my arm. Anyway, the trail's right there. So let's keep going. Another beautiful meadow. The creek running through it. Well, more like a stream sitting stagnant through it. But wow, is that beautiful. Sorry about the clicks, that's me taking a picture. This camera kind of annoys me that it records every little sound that when you touch it, but nature's oxygen factory. Look at that. It's not just in the movies, huh?
So we just camp here.
Yeah, let's camp by this stream while people walk by on the trail. Here's our trail. It's rocky, but mostly it winds right through without any problem. And they utilize some of the rock formations as staircases, which was pretty creative of them, of the Forest Service. So anyway, see, here's an example. We're gonna go up this, following the trail, and you can see how they used the rocks that were already in place to form a staircase. Okay, a couple of signs here. As you can see, climbing is this way. You see those cliffs over there? Yeah. Right there. You can hear voices already up this way. Not on that mountain. I was zoomed in. Beautiful. Listen. You hear that stream? It's so quiet. Here's Ruth Lake. Here's the sign. So we made it here. Maybe what, 20, 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Ruth
Not
Lake.
time at all.
Is that carved?
Yeah. It's burned in.
That's awesome. Somebody spent some time on that. Probably with the router, but still.
Yeah.
Basically, what all these signs say is there are plants and animals here, and here's how they live, and leave them alone. That's pretty much all you got to know. And don't die. Don't die. All right, this is Ruth Lake. It's sorry, I heard something, but it was my fishing pole rattling around.
You brought hooks, right?
Yeah. Yes, I brought hooks. Actually, I was gonna set a box trap for the fish and try to lure them onto the shore with a piece of cheese under the box. You'll be ready to pull the string as soon as those fish climb on shore. No. No, it's too far back. Bald Mountain's more straight through there, I think. So I think this is Ruth Lake. Yeah. That's definitely not a pond. Not a puddle. That's beautiful. All these people must have hiked in quite a ways, huh?
Yeah. That's just kind of unfortunate.
This looks much bigger in the pictures. This is not a big lake, but right up over that ridge is Naomi. And there's not a clear-cut trail, we just kind of bushwhack it. Yeah. See fish ripples though. So we can't camp within 200 feet of the water. I do know that much. Probably.
In other words, you can't just camp on the shore.
Yeah, I wish we could. But probably to keep people from peeing in the lake, throwing garbage in the lake, crapping in the lake. You never know. People come up here and get drunk. I guess they would. Look how clear that water is. Incredible.
How many cars are there? I'm surprised I haven't seen. You seen like one person.
Yeah, just the one guy going back looked like he got one heck of a sunburn on his bald head.
Yeah.
Which is why I always wear hats and buffs, bandanas, whatever. Not to look cool, but because I burn like you wouldn't believe. I'm half Scottish and I burn. Murphy was born with this olive skin that just tans. Not me.
I think it was parents asking me. Apparently they put a bet on it if I was either part Spanish or part Italian. And they asked me, and I was like, I'm neither. I'm just Scottish and English.
Murphy's mom was actually, she was Norwegian.
Oh.
And my side is English and Scottish. So either way, dude, brown hair with olive skin. If your mom was still alive, I'd have to ask her a few questions.
Yeah.
Just kidding, you look too much like me.
Yeah.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
I know.
I'm telling them. Wow. You're perfect. I don't know about you, but this looks almost fake. It is about 70 degrees today. Look at the sky. Not bad. The Uintas, like all high altitude places, tend to have their own ecosystem with the weather anyway. Weather system is what I mean to say. I am deprived of oxygen up here, so bear with me. Anyway, sometimes you can have thunderstorms that last an hour or more, and down in the valleys it's not doing anything. It's blue sky. Kind of all bunches up here. Thunder and lightning is amazing, although not something I hope happens this time. So that's Ruth. Then my guess is Naomi's up over this area right here, but it's not supposed to be clearly marked. So either that's something else, or Naomi's right over here somewhere, which is where we plan to camp. Yeah, okay, so I was wrong. That was a large pond. This is Ruth Lake. That is incredible. That's so beautiful. Why would you want to be anywhere else?
This is we've gone about 3/4 of a mile, so this should be.
We've only got we hit the 3/4 mile mark, which is where Ruth Lake is. So this is Ruth Lake.
We're about 4,000 feet.
We've gone 4,000 feet
Yeah.
since the parking lot?
Yeah.
Wow. Pretty good elevation gain for being flat. Mostly flat. There's a duck out there.
Yeah, I know, I saw it.
So I can hear people already way over on the other side. In fact, I can see some way over there. I don't know if you can see that or hear me with the wind blowing, but they're tiny. I'm sure that in real life they're bigger than that. Just so you know, my expertise, my life experience tells me that girl is this tall, but only when she's over there. So, right?
Yeah.
I think in person she might be bigger. That's beautiful. Anyway, onward to Naomi, which should be at that far end of the lake and over the ridge. Let's go. Oh yeah. Okay. So there's Ruth, sister Naomi over here. Right there. Not very big. Now we just need to find a camping spot. Right. So Naomi Lake, this is definitely it. Murphy's GPS confirmed it. We've only gone about a mile from the car, but we also gained 4,000 feet in elevation in that mile. So say what you will. For a beginning backpacking trip, this isn't bad at all. Absolutely beautiful. There are more lakes off that way, but that's for another trip. This is where we planned ahead of time to camp. and fish. I don't know how good the fishing will be. Looks like it might be better on that other side, away from these lily pads and moss.
Maybe we can start camp over there.
Oh, over there in those trees.
Yeah, so that way we don't have to walk all the way around.
Yeah. Yeah, we want to be able to at least not walk too far.
Yeah.
If we camp over behind us, we're going to end up really hike out there. So, okay, should we hike over that way then?
Yeah.
I can't begin to tell you how beautiful it is here. I just want to be quiet for a minute and listen. Hey, deer tracks. Look at that. We are in bear country. Black bears. But my guess is we're mostly in deer country. We're probably going to see deer and hopefully no bears, but I'm not worried about black bears very much. So, onward to our campsite, whatever we decide to do. So, Naomi Lake is right here, right there, and we've decided to camp right down in that flat area Murphy's headed to. So we have a stand of trees for protection. If it rains, if there's lightning, don't want to be out in this. Look how open it is. And there was a tree over there that you could tell had been hit by lightning. And these thunderheads that roll by, that's very common up here. It could easily turn into a thunder and lightning display, which is fun, but dangerous at this altitude especially.
Pretty close, that dot I saw.
There's something over there on your GPS. Okay, time to take the packs off. Looking at some thick forest, and reality is we can't really get lost because there's Hayden Peak, and that's directly between us and Hayden Peak is the highway. It runs right through there all the way down into Evanston, Wyoming. So no worries about that. Okay, so we got our tents set up. Basically these two tents, we're on a budget, so we bought them at Target for 30 bucks. Murphy's, I got him for Christmas a couple years ago, I think. And this is the same model, but modified version that I bought just this year, just in the spring. So, oh, look at that guy sitting on top of that lightning struck tree. Anyway, these tents only weigh about 4 pounds. Some people I know like to go ultra light with their tents, but these really weren't bad to carry at all. Not that we went far, but I just don't think it added that much weight. I think our packs were roughly 30 to, with food, maybe 35 pounds, which is more than some people like to carry, but this is how we learn, right? So similar rain flies, they tie down different. My stakes go directly in where his has a little tie out. Not huge modifications. Inside my tent, I have that net thing in the top to hold anything I need. But my pockets are in the corner. See them there. I actually prefer what Murphy has with the pockets right there hanging free. I just like it better. I don't know why. Anyway, we have the same bag, different colors. They're 0 degree bags. So we can use them into the winter if we want. And our packs are the Explorer 4000 made by Teton Sports in, I think, Cedar Fort, Utah. Very good packs. Very impressed with them. They don't weigh much by themselves. They're really comfortable. Didn't have any problems or complaints about it at all. So right now we're still figuring out where to put our gear and where we're going to put a fire and gather firewood, where we're going to hang our bear bag at night, and then we're going to fish. And it's getting to 6 o'clock, so we better get moving on it. One thing I did want to show you, we have Alps Mountaineering self-inflating sleep pads. You basically unscrew this. If you listen, there's foam in there that just expands, and as it expands, it pulls the air into it. You can also blow it up a little bit more if it's not comfortable. So that'll keep us off the ground and hopefully nice and soft. I've not used it before, so I don't know. I'll let you know how it goes. Kind of a product review. Whoops. This is Murphy's fire pit. Not too shabby. Looks comfy to me. It's just far enough away from the tents. Good job, dude. Looks good. This is our firewood so far, but I just got started. Okay, this flat rock's come in pretty handy to just set our crap on while we work through it. This is what we have so far. Pretty good, actually. And the good news is, once we get the fire going a little later on, if we use all the big stuff, we can just drag these from here right to there. Here's my food bag. Murphy has his in a Ziploc, which works just as well. I bought this at Walmart, and to be honest, there were some smaller ones that came with it, and just it's Velcro shut, and just ripping it open on the smaller ones, like this, for example. This is my fire kit. I tried ripping this open only the third time I'd ever used it, and it ripped clean off. All I have is a strip of Velcro. So it's not as important that my fire kit stays sealed the same way my food does. Obviously it's important it doesn't get wet, but with this I don't want the scent getting out. Okay, and the last thing I need to do is attract bears. This will be going up in the tree later, so hang on 1 second. Okay, so I didn't even pull that hard and it did the same thing. It ripped. So if you're in the market for some kind of food bag or something to seal your stuff in, don't get those. Just stick with Ziplocs. You're better off. Okay, so here's why I believe in the kiddie pole. This is a Cars pole from Disney's Pixar Cars movie. I got my whole setup here. Murphy's already in the water with his Avengers pole. That's what it is, right? Watch this thing. These things are awesome. So before you laugh, these are great for backpacking because they're lightweight, they're small, they fit easily into your pack, and they do this. Way out there, like halfway.
Yeah,
So,
you can see that pretty clearly.
yeah. Isn't that awesome? Now we just need fish to be in this lake because we have no idea. Here we go. Okay. I'm not seeing any action on this lake. We've been here about 45 minutes, and it's not just no fish biting, it's also no fish jumping, like for bugs, and there are some bugs landing on the water, and for trout that's really unusual. So I don't think there's any fish in Naomi Lake. Naomi is not putting out. So what we're gonna do is give it a few more minutes. Sun's setting behind me. Official sunset is at 8:20, I think Murphy said, and right now it's only 7:45, but we need to go back and cook up some dinner. It's been a while since we've eaten anything but a granola bar, and tomorrow when we get up, we're going to go back over to Ruth Lake, which I know is stocked, and we will definitely fish at Ruth Lake. And we'll do that in the morning, so that if we do catch something, instead of taking it back to the car, we'll take it back to camp and have it with our lunch, which is ramen noodles. So our lunch will be ramen noodles and fish. Tonight it was supposed to be fish and rice and beans, and instead it's going to be rice and beans and Span. So that's what's on tap. Anyway, I better get this charged before it dies. It's incredible here. It's so quiet and peaceful. I know I keep saying it, but I guess you have to be here to really appreciate it. Anyway, Murphy's over that direction, and we're just going to pull our poles in and call it good. Sucks, but that's how it is. So I have a little more of a charge right now. What we did is up on this hill over here, we found a pool of looks to be rainwater, and we have it in our pot. Gathered it up with these 2 bottles. And what I used to sterilize it was this. It's called a SteriPin. It uses UV light to basically strips all viruses, bacteria, pathogens of their DNA. So it doesn't kill them, but it makes them useless and basically makes them retarded. So here's our retarded water. It looks cloudy and murky, but we're going to actually boil it on top of using the SteriPin. I'll show you how the SteriPin works in a minute. I have more water I need to sterilize in a bit. But we're going to get some water going so we can get some rice cooked. Murphy's our demo guy for starting up the stove. We have our gas. This is a Pocket Rocket, kind of a knockoff from, ordered it on Amazon for only $8, but it had to ship from China, so it took a long time to get here. But it works great. We haven't cooked on it, but I've tested it. So Murphy's going to go ahead and get that ready. It has a built-in sparking device that will start it up for us. Watch your face, dude. You'll need your eyebrows. There we go. Yeah, that's kind of a touchy. Oh, it's going. It's going. Some more juice. There we go. Nice steady stream. I don't know if you can see that.
It's green.
Yeah. Interesting. Let's put this up here. It should boil pretty quickly. Come on, focus. Thing's not focusing. Anyway.
Be disappointing if this fell over.
Put our lid on and boil faster. Yeah, it would. So there we go. So on top of being sterilized with UV light, we're boiling it. We should be fine. This is to cook our rice meals. So here's the puddle we got the water from. Looks to be just clean rainwater. Probably doesn't have much in the way of pathogens in it, but just to be safe. It only rained yesterday and the day before. In fact, it poured last night, so this could be that fresh. You're supposed to typically use running water from a stream, but there's none around here except further down the trail by Ruth Lake. So anyway, that's where it came from. Look at this gorgeous sunset. Back to camp. And in case you're wondering, this is the little charger I'm using to recharge with. I plugged it in at home. It's supposed to give a cell phone, camera, anything with a USB a full charge. So it also acts as a flashlight. It's a good way to tell how much power is in it. So pretty handy little thing, especially out here without any other way to do it. So I'm going to plug it back into that right now, see how it goes. Here's our water. Starting to get bubbles on the bottom. But what Murphy and I have decided, we were going to use the steri pin and test it out. Stupid light. We were going to use the steri pin and test it out like we did and boil the water, but it's so murky, it's kind of unappetizing. So even if it's safe to drink, and I know it is, those things kill 99.999% of everything. Or not kill it, but make it useless, so it doesn't hurt you. But it's kind of unappetizing to put in our dinner. So we're just going to use our water bladders from our backpacks. These right here that we've been using as we hike. There's the tube, the drink tube from it, whatever you call that. Anyway, we're going to use that because it only takes a little less than 2 cups of water, and those hold 2 liters, so we should be good. We should have enough water. And we're not that far from water sources. I just don't want to hike down there right now. Anyway, so that's the plan. Having fun with it? You're so talkative.
Kind of tired.
Yeah, it's been a long day. Okay, this was lit very quickly with dryer lint and some magnesium shavings and some flint and steel. I wish I'd filmed it, but I've been trying to charge my phone now for a little while, and I only can use it for small amounts of time because I don't know how long that automatic charger goes. But look at that bad boy go. That's a fire, my friends. That's fire. No matches, just flint and steel. And dryer lint. That should teach you to keep your dryer clean, shouldn't it? That could be your laundry room. That's amazing. That'll keep those mosquitoes away. We've been attacked by mosquitoes and had to use this repel with, I think it's 40 max DEET. This is duct tape actually that I put on there in case we needed some to use. My punk rock duct tape. And I'm going to show you real quick how this steri pen works. Here's some more of that rainwater right here. And what we do is for 1 liter you push it once, and for ½ liter you push it twice. So you pull that off. Sorry dude, I'm one-handed. Murphy's still working on his dinner. Alright, so I'm going to push this twice. And the light will begin to blink. That means put it in the water, and as it makes contact with the water, you can see the UV light is on. This right now is making complete idiots out of... If you could hear this, as we discussed earlier, Murphy.
Yeah.
If you could hear the pathogens scream, "Dear baby Jesus, what's happening to me? All my DNA is being ripped from my body." That's probably what they're saying. That's my guess.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Probably from the south.
Probably from the south?
Yeah.
Anyway. I was trying to come up with something, but yeah, I don't know why. I was thinking Ricky Bobby. Yeah, baby G.
Oh, yeah.
The pathogens are white trash. I don't know.
Great, what are the Jesus I want?
Anyway, so we just keep stirring and stirring 90 seconds, and it will turn off when everything is done, and this water will be 99.999% safe to drink. And I'm going to use it. I'm gonna drink some right here in front of you, and I'm going to use some of it to make some hot cocoa tonight. And I will let you know if I'm up all night in the woods dealing with Montezuma's revenge. Or if it worked great. It's the only way to find out if it works. So just keep moving it around. Should be shutting off pretty soon here. There it is. And we just turn it off. Oh, off, off, off. It thinks I'm doing more. Well, anyway. That's it. That's all there is to it. So here goes. I'm going to drink this rainwater. Smells okay. Doesn't smell like pee or animals or anything. Tastes like dirty rainwater. So there you go. Let you know what happens. Hopefully nothing. If it does, the SteriPen people will be getting an angry letter from me. And, anyway, that's it. It's getting pretty dark. Fire's going good. We only need it to keep warm, obviously. We have our stoves to cook on, so... throwing it all down there. Good times. Good times. Is the handle hot? It has a handle. Well, Murphy's over there by the fire. It's not bad. It's only in the 50s, so we're not freezing cold. But the fire's nice and comforting. I don't know how well you can see me, but my water's boiling finally. I was able to get a text from Joanna, from my wife, that middle of nowhere. It wasn't anything big, but I didn't know I could get a text up here, so I climbed up on this little hill. Well, you can't see it. I thought maybe you could. Climbed up on that hill and sent her a text back, so it was kind of nice, because we are pretty far out away from anything like that. Must just be in a sweet spot. Anyway. Huh? It is down.
All the way?
No? Like that? Light my face up? Alright. Anyway, there's Murphy's remnants. We're going to walk down to the lake and rinse those so we don't distract animals. I'm going to pour my rice and beans into this. And by the way, these little, they're Knorr brand, sorry, doing this one-handed. These Knorr brand rice and noodle dishes are only $1. And what we did is we mixed it with some Spam, or we're going to, he did, that's what I'm doing too, but if you buy a backpacker meal, they can be $7-8 dehydrated meal. So this is really nice to have something that's incredibly filling, but incredibly cheap and lightweight to bring with, except the Spam. That was just kind of a, I don't know, an afterthought that we brought with us, but now I'm gonna put the lid on that. Whoop. It's cooking away down there. See the flame? Got our whole spread here. We got to take our food bag and hang it in the tree in a little bit. Rinse our dishes, and we'll probably hang by the fire and call it a night. Anyway, Murphy suggested I do this, so maybe you can see me better now. Anyway, it's been a really good time. Our plan from here is just to finish dinner and hang out and talk by the fire and go to bed. Right now it is, watch, it's just after 9 p.m. and getting pretty dark here, so I might be back on to say hi before I go to bed once I'm in the tent. We'll see. Maybe I'll do some filming around the campfire, I'm not sure. So we'll talk to you in a bit. I'm gonna eat. Well, good morning. It's about 7:45. Murphy and I had quite an evening. We went down to the lake to rinse our pots at night, get all the food out of them so we wouldn't attract animals, and we were stared at by a very big set of eyes that were forward facing and a large head. I don't know what it was, but it was laying in the trees near the lake just watching us. And when I shined my headlamp on him, it would just stare at us and blink and turn its head. Very cat-like movements. I don't know what it was. It could have been a freaking deer, but we got all freaked out and came back to camp and built a huge fire. Stayed up till probably midnight. We got our bear bag in the tree back here, but we ended up putting it closer to the camp because it was so dark and we were so freaked out. And we'll go get that in a little bit. Murphy's up. He's making hot chocolate, and I'm about to join him. So I don't know how much of battery I have left on this. My little portable charger didn't charge my phone completely, so it's probably good to jumpstart your cell phone when you need it, but that's about it. Learning a lot of things about this camping trip, so about our equipment, not about this camping trip. Still shaking off the cobwebs. Anyway, time to get up. I'll talk to you in a minute. So this is morning in the Uintas. Absolutely beautiful. I had some people walk by our camp on their way somewhere, but at least they kept moving. Murphy's enjoying his GPS, his Pop-Tarts, and his cocoa, and that's what's on tap for breakfast because we wanted to keep it simple. So, whoa, there we go. Let's see here. There we go. Water's a bit murky from Murphy's cocoa. Did you mix it in the pot?
Yeah, I didn't know how much of it in here.
Oh, okay.
I just mix it.
Alright. Well, cobwebs are shaking off, and I think our plan is to eat breakfast and go fish Ruth Lake. Sounds good, right? We're getting low on water. We're going to see if we can find a stream so we can use our steri pen. And by the way, that rainwater I drink, no ill effects whatsoever. I don't know if I said that last night. I think I said it last night. I was pretty tired, so sorry for being redundant. Anyway, that's the plan. We're gonna fish and see what happens. Ultimately, we're just gonna have our ramen noodles for lunch, maybe fish with it, and then this afternoon pack up and hit a few hot spots on the way down the highway that we like to stop at. Hopefully I have enough battery for that. So I'm not going to use my camera unless I absolutely have to, because I have no way to charge it now. But we will talk to you soon. I was going to let Murphy tell his little story, but he's being a girl about it, so I'm just kidding, dude. He hiked down this morning early to where we saw the eyes coming from last night, and there were large hoof prints and a place where the animal had been laying. So it wasn't a mountain lion, it wasn't a bear, it wasn't chupacabra, Sasquatch. It was probably the size of the head and the spacing of the eyes. It was either a moose or an elk. So that's kind of a relief, except you don't want to piss off a moose either. But it was pretty far away from us. So we weren't being stalked by some creepy animal. Murphy solved the mystery. So that's good to know. Okay, we've learned a few things during this camp out about our equipment and about what to bring and what not to bring. And this is what happened to our high-end $30 Target tent. Murphy tripped over this guy line, which, you know, it's right, this pathway is right here by where we cook and set up our stuff. And then a little while later I tripped over it, and both times it ripped. So it looks like that now. Not a very good rain fly, because now the rain's going to come off of here and go right down onto the tent. So I'm going to have to fix that. I have duct tape, but I'm not that desperate. It's not a cloud in the sky. But if you're going to spend $30 on a tent that doesn't weigh much, keep in mind it's probably made from recycled garbage bags. So, but overall, both of these tents held up well. They were comfortable. They had plenty of ventilation. I didn't have a hard time. A lot of times when you sleep in a tent and there's not good ventilation, it makes it hard to breathe. You feel like you're sleeping in a vacuum. I didn't have that problem at all. Neither did Murphy. Sleeping bags were very warm. I wasn't cold at all night. I'm not used to sleeping in a mummy bag, so having my feet constricted like that down towards the bottom was uncomfortable. I woke up a lot. I could get used to it. The sleeping pads held up great. We were comfortable all night. I didn't even feel the ground beneath me. They only weigh a few ounces. I can't remember how many ounces, but they don't weigh much at all. So you don't even feel them on your pack. And they're very easy to stow away. So all in all, that equipment held up well. Just don't trip over the guy lines on your rain fly if you have an Embark Target tent. But that's what I get for buying a $30 tent. In the future, when I can afford it, I'll get something a lot more pricey. I have a particular model of tent in mind, but we'll just wait until it's probably going to be next year before I do that. Anyway, we're just finishing up breakfast and we're heading to Ruth Lake. So we're here at Ruth Lake. There's a lot of people here compared to where we're at, but they're fish jumping here. We definitely have a much better shot than we did yesterday at Naomi. So maybe Ruth will put out for us. Beautiful sunrise. Make fun of my car's fishing pole. Look what I got.
I haven't seen anyone else pull fish out yet.
We've been here how long? 10 minutes?
Yeah, probably.
Oh Lord, there he is.
Yep. He's a pretty good size.
There we go. Hold still. Brook trout. Nice. Mom, 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 mom. These scissors blow.
Got
You pull
fish
that
water,
line
remember?
tight.
Yeah.
Ah, he's a fighter.
You might just have to use multi-tool and cut it with a knife. Oh. That's awesome.
That's way awesome.
Maybe I should cast over that way.
Yeah, this is. I just threw it where I saw him jumping. This is probably the one that was jumping.
Yeah.
Bugger.
I'm not even fishing. I'm just watching fishing.
Whoa. Okay, Ruth has one.
Just consecutive. You're supposed to just go consecutive. 100 miles.
Another brook trout. Oh, he's big, dude. He's big.
Nice catch.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Wow, look at him. That's the biggest fish you ever caught.
I didn't even know I had him.
On an Avengers kiddie pole.
Oh, there he goes.
Does he break off?
Yeah, I need the chain.
That's only 8-pound test, I bet. Let's get the chain. Dude, we've been here 10, 15 minutes.
Just come here instead of butterfly.
Look at the size of him.
There we go. Oh. Ain't like that.
I don't think I would like it either, to be honest. They're violating me. Mom. Fantastic. That is a big fish, dude.
Yeah. Wow.
Should we try for 2 more and call it good?
Yeah.
This might be a short fishing trip.
What
I think it's a 2 trout limit anyway. What?
What did you have it hooked to?
I stuck these through it. I just went. Well, Ruth puts out. She's easy. 15 minutes, 2 fish. Murphy's fish trying to get away. Mine's just sort of laying there. That is a big fish, dude. For up here, that's a good sized trout. Just a little update. We caught those first 2 fish in the first 10-15 minutes. And so far, nothing else. Murphy's going to try a little further down the lake here, and I'm going to keep fishing where I am unless he catches one over there. There are a lot of people here. And they're very noisy. Still waiting. Oh yeah, he's a fighter. Eat my car's fishing pole. Ooh. Oh.
He's in the wood. Oh, there he is.
Is he stuck in
No,
that?
no, he's out now.
Yeah, but
He swam over that way.
but I'm in the tree. I don't give a shit, I'm going in. My feet are gonna get wet. I'm not getting my way.
You don't have your phone on you, do you?
Right up to the boys. I'm so snagged, there's no way. Finally caught another one. And he got himself free.
Wow. That blows.
Yeah. Well, that just goes to show you how far I'll go to get a fish. Actually, if I'd taken 2 more steps, I would have sunk all the way up to my waist. As you can see, or all the way up to my chest. As you can see, I was pretty close. Luckily, I always bring a change of clothes. Anyway, he's still over there in that cloud of silt, stuck to that tree, and there's nothing I can do about it. We waited about an hour and finally caught that one. That's frustrating. Maybe we'll do better here in a minute. So here we are back at camp, see? Okay. Here's the beautiful one that Murphy caught. Just incredible markings. Mine's a little smaller. And of course we have that other one stuck in that tree underwater back there. I'm gonna change my clothes and gut these fish and fry them up. It's lunchtime. Fish and ramen noodles. Delicacy. Okay, so we're cooking in the shade over here behind our tents. There's our tents. Nice little grove. Murphy's already had his first round of ramen noodles, and we poured some of the, it was his idea, it was a really good idea, poured some of the chicken broth into where the fish are now frying. I cleaned them and beheaded them, and probably should have cut their tails off so that they would fit in the frying pan, but I didn't think of that until after we already had them cooking. And I've dropped them on the ground several times and had to rinse them off, which is really frustrating. We don't have any oils with us, like, you know, butter or oil or spam, or Pam, not spam. We did have spam. We should have left the pans greasy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we'll see how this goes. I don't know. After this, we're gonna finish up lunch. We're gonna put our camp away and hike back to the car. It is almost noon, and we're gonna make a couple of stops along the highway, Provo Falls, and also try to swing by and take a gander at my grandfather's cabin. So that's our plan. Sizzle, baby, sizzle. Well, as you can see, camp is cleaned up. Looks like nobody was here except for that. Murphy's listening in on someone's conversation.
Tell me you don't believe me when I tell you how I feel. I open up my heart to you, but you don't think it's real. Can I ask you a simple question? Who do you think you are? Tell me who died and made you God. Now maybe I've gone too far. Remember when we were children, when the sun would go down at night, how you told me that you were frightened when your mother turned out the light. I think that you're still a child, and I think that you're still afraid to face the world in darkness in the middle of the day. I've never been one to beg, and I've never been one to plead, and I'm not about to drop before you and get down on my knees. I'm never the one to argue when it comes to who you are. It's not as if I care, or maybe just a little bit, enough to know you're there. So whisper your sweet nothings, 'cause nothing is all they are. Explain it till your face turns blue, it won't get you very far. You don't even notice the world outside your head. Why don't you just admit it? Your face is turning red. Every little thing that you do, and every little thing that you say, it's just another reason for me to turn and walk away. You tell me you've got your reasons to feel the way that you do at any time of day or season. I can never be part of you, so let me just remind you that this whole thing is your fault. Just another one of your head games that I take with a grain of salt. Now before you start to answer, before I turn my back to leave,